This is a Emergency Broadcast. Code Red, hold on, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We hit the jackpot, 105-0. We're on a 5-0 tonight. And we want to see if the people from out of the United States is going to be on that call.
Yeah, call us up.
Call us up. Get that number ready.
Yeah, of course.
Put that number down there, sidekick.
If you're out of the country, you might want to come on via Skype through producer Chuck Ocelli's Skype. You can find him charles.ocelli on Skype. So come on the show that way. Or call in the phone line if you're able to here in the U.S. Number is 319-527-5016. We're live every Friday night here on Ocelli.com. And this is no different, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Uncle. That's our time.
Eastern time for them.
Yeah, what's our time here?
8.
That's right. We started at 8.
So count 3 hours from there.
That's the technique.
8 to 11 is 3 hours.
Sure.
Arithmetic. Use that brain of yours.
It sounds simple, but even that 3-hour difference can cause a lot of havoc for a lot of people.
Well, being in a Friday night, people might,
it's party time, Uncle.
Party time because it's on a Friday. And I put this personally on a Friday night for this reason.
This was your doing.
This is doing on this day. I'm not changing the date. It's staying on Fridays because of that reason. And it's a weekend.
Good choice.
People don't have to rush to work.
Episode 150. I don't know if I believe it, Uncle.
I do.
Do you remember when we began this show?
In Orange.
Yeah.
What was it? In 119
What
something?
year was it? It was probably...
a test.
Was it 2015? Was it that long ago? 2015, 2016? I want to say 15. I want to say probably 2015. I'm probably even wrong about that. But yeah, we started out recording shows in our garage there in Orange.
Right. I know. We started there and started up from there.
It was just a podcast. And before we even posted them to a feed, we just recorded a few, they were only about 15-minute long, most of them. And we just recorded a bunch of them. And then I had them ready to go, and I edited them. And then when we decided to go live with the website and the RSS feed for the podcast and all that, we just put a whole bunch of episodes on it to start.
And threw it from there. It shot out from there.
Say, I got a question real quick. We don't have any callers yet, but the lines are open, everybody, first of all. Second of all, does Uncle remember what the very, very first Uncle the Podcast was about?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I know with all these that we talked, I'm completely lost. From the first one that you said, Chuck.
Do you have any memory of it, Uncle?
I don't even remember what it was about. Never mind knowing what it was.
Yeah,
that was that far back.
My memory of it was that the actual first show we posted was an intro to the show, but wasn't the first show we had recorded. We recorded a few, and then we recorded a show specifically to be the intro episode. We're like, okay, we've recorded a few podcasts that are like this, and the show is going to be this. This is who we are, and that's episode number 1.
Oh. Maybe that was what was the first one.
It's a pretty good episode, actually, for new listeners of the show. If you want to just I think it stands up today. Start
to one off and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're ready to catch up on all this stuff.
I've had quite a few people message me say, "Oh yeah, I started listening from the beginning." I've had a few people tell me that.
They have.
Mm-hmm.
From your work.
Just, people I know online or whatever, they send me a message like, oh yeah, I went back into the Uncle archives and started from number 1 and went from there. Well, we've had people do that. Uncle.
Well, at least they're working it. I mean, from 1 to this stuff, but But I told everybody that I gave the cards out to that said you can start at 1 and go all the way up. I mean, because they're on it, so all they have to do is listen. I have a few students that are listening. That flew out, but these people from this
the online group.
I don't know if they're with it. You know what I mean?
They're not with it.
They're not attacking. Because I asked a lady, a girl today, does she listen? And she says no.
Oh,
so,
but
I'm just curious about these people. You know,
well,
some of them, would not can understand.
One of our most prominent street team members, Creative Accidents.
The Accidents. I know one of you guys in the chat room would
He's
start.
in the chat room right now.
Yeah. I thought it because I've been hitting. I hear the click, click, click.
He is one of the people that's done this. He says right now, I went through all the shows. And then and he also says, I liked the Creditor episode.
Oh, yes. I remember. That's the one.
Yeah.
Now it's coming.
Remember
that one.
We talked about the movie.
That one. Yeah.
The Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger. Cool. Yes, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
I got another question for you though, since you've got listeners that have actually listened to all of them. Here's the thing. Now, Uncle has been on Ocelli.com now for quite some time. We've done a lot of episodes here. So does anybody know what the break point is when the show started going live on the network here? How many episodes deep was Uncle the podcast then? Does anybody know?
Oh, wow. This is like an extra bonus question here.
That's another bonus question for somebody that knows. It'll be live if they know.
Somebody research that and call in and tell us.
Call in and let me know because I'm completely lost. Like I said, I don't remember from 1 to this number. I mean,
it's tough.
It's that far back.
See, but it's been over a year here. I know that for sure. Okay, so in case somebody's trying to guess, I know it's been over a year, but we had a long break. So I'm not sure exactly how many episodes. I guarantee you there's no less than 50 that have been done on this network. Guaranteed. But how many do we think? Do we think it's maybe half? Does anybody actually know? And if they've gone from number 1 all the way to now to 150, they have to, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, let's give a test out to those people.
We're testing
now,
the audience.
I'm going to say a clue. What is your play name the tune thing?
Oh, name that tune on Instagram.
Name that tune of anybody that knows that question. Call in.
With the answer.
Answer tonight if you know.
We gave you the question. You give us the answer.
Remember the question.
At what point did Uncle the podcast become Uncle the Broadcast live on Ocelli.com?
That's a good first question for anybody that can answer it.
Mm-hmm. It's a good question.
Whoever would want to, ready to call.
Yeah.
Owen.
The show has grown. It's done well. It's I like all the developments that have happened and all the because it's still the same show. We've added little things, the small minor changes, and everything's gone well up to now. And I like the things look good for the future. There's lots of prospects, Uncle. Don't you agree?
Yeah. What we have to get to, though, honestly, the sword crew.
We're going to do that.
We have to get to those
We're going
people
to do that
sometime in the near future. We've got to start and have it really live at their place.
Yeah, well, we
really
just have to go in there. That's it. We will go, and when we do, when we finally do cross paths with the owner in there, I expect it's going to go well, and I also expect that they're going to know who we are.
Oh yeah, well, right off the bat, they'll know because the way I talk.
They do follow us on social media. They do.
They do follow, and they know my voice.
Oh yeah,
is more like a man voice than regular talk because these people that know. Well, we know for sure the party people.
We know that
they let themselves down.
Okay, so gentlemen, first things first, we have a caller on the line at 360. Also, wanted to tell you that I've been corrected by one of my own listeners who told me that actually it did not air for over a year. Seems like it's over a year. Started in 2018. Did start in 2018. I'm accurate about that. And they gave me an idea as to exactly which episode it was that started. And it's actually a lower number than I thought. So just wanted to let you guys know.
Wow.
Very smart.
So less time, but more episodes. That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, it's a lower number. It's a lower. I remember I said I thought it had to be at least 50. Nope. It's. Yeah. I don't think it's that high, guys.
Oh, okay. I'm following you. Now.
Yeah.
Who did we know? What did we know?
No, we didn't know. We listen. The three of us. The three of us don't know.
We just throwing it out there,
and we're here every week. But you want me to bring this? You want me to bring this caller on 360?
Bring the call in. Bring the call up. And who are you? And where you from?
All right, boss. Here you go.
Hey, Uncle, this is Ed, a couple states north of you, my friend. Congratulations, huge congratulations on 150 shows, my friend.
Thank you. Right on. We got somebody on the air.
You do.
I like this. I like this conversation. Now,
I've been listening since the first show, Uncle. Very first show. And that guy talking Chelly, you guys have been on a Chelly for about a year and a half. You started spring of last year. So I don't know what that guy's saying. You haven't been on that long.
Okay.
But you guys been on about, I guess it's a year and a half now.
See?
Wow.
It was the spring of 2018 that you guys started live with a Chelly.
There we go.
And you guys started your show early 2016 is when you guys started. So
okay, 26.
Let me just straighten some stuff up there from a long time listener.
See, my listeners know better than him, is what I was trying to say.
Uncle, you expect me to
be
able to keep track?
One of his chat room guys was, I think, mistaken on that is all.
Oh, sure.
But
wow.
I got to say a favorite show for me was the Amish show. Really early on, you guys did an Amish show, and I wrote you guys a big letter and stuff back then. And I love that Amish show. I almost took some of your things you said, Uncle, because they were so poetic. I was going to edit them into a poem, but I don't know if I ever did that or not. But I should go back and listen and do that.
Yeah,
listen to it.
That would be awesome.
Listen to it.
Awesome.
Maybe you can put a poem into it. I mean.
Yeah, you spoke so poetically about some of your phrases about the Amish, man, were just really hit me where I live, I got to say.
that was the episode where we talked about how we went to the factory.
Yeah, factory when we had to
exactly.
Go for the
That's
students.
The one. Yeah. And Uncle was talking about he rode around with one of your uncles or something, and he's the candles in the window and stuff. Man, that was so beautiful, Uncle. The way you phrased that stuff.
That was his uncle. That was his uncle.
My Uncle Steve.
Yeah, Uncle Steve. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, because it was like a Thanksgiving or something. You came back, and then Uncle Steve drove you around like my area where I grew up. Yeah, and you were specifically looking for Amish, right?
We were discussing. Him and his uncle and me was discussing about the candles. How is these Amish people light a candle in the window and not have electric? That we had a good conversation talking about that.
Yeah.
You definitely did, and I got to say you waxed poetic when you were talking about it, man. So I don't know what to tell you about that, but you're a poet and don't know it, as they say, I guess.
I am.
Uncle's a poet and doesn't know it.
If he knows, if that's a poet on here tonight, and he knows that I'm a poet, well, I don't even know. See how a
lot of people are and don't know it, I think.
I believe so.
The voice will tell you the story.
It does.
It's more like that's what's happening with me.
My gosh, Ed, you've been there since day one. Yeah, because you had been listening to my show, and then right away you just jumped up onto the uncle thing, and you were
2015 you were talking about a new show you were going to do and this and that, and then it was early 2016 you went ahead and started putting them out. Some of the pre-recorded ones I remember, and yeah, definitely, and that it was right after your original website had been hacked and taken down.
Oh, that's right. It was that same time, wasn't it?
Hacked?
Yeah, because that website was. I'm new to the internet, really. You know, I never even had an internet machine till 2014 just to listen to Dodger games. Yeah. But then, Twitwit put me onto your show, 2015.
Yeah. Okay.
And then your website was a great guide, kept me from going down a lot of, stupid holes in the internet, because you had a really good, links to other things to listen to and stuff on there. And I know I've told you in writing, but I do appreciate that website you had, because it really saved me probably from just throwing my stupid board into the lake.
Oh, all right.
Putting me onto some better stuff, as well as your own program, of course.
Hey,
so,
listen, your equipment is good for you. Don't ever lose it.
Yeah.
And when I talk, they don't fall in the lake. I
just have a lot of mixed feelings about this whole internet thing, the brain and the phone and just the whole deal. Kind of, I'm dubious about it all. So,
I'm right. I'm right there with you on that one, Ed.
I do, yeah. I think I wrote you my comments on Miss Haywire, so hopefully you have them, because I don't want to say anything silly.
Okay. Well, I will say this, Ed. I have not checked the mailbox, but I'm going to as soon as possible. So I haven't read it yet, but I will read it. And I can't really respond to it now because I haven't read it yet, but I can't wait to read it.
No, I don't want you to. I just I was afraid that my comments, if I called in, might be taken as, I don't know how much opposition she's up to. So I just wrote you my simple comments on the show, so you'll get them. But anyway, Uncle, I think you do a great job, because there's a lot of us out here that think about a lot of hard things and difficult things, and you bring some light to us. And you know what I mean? You bring some light-heartedness that we all need. So I thank you a ton for that, my friend.
It's something in to have. If let's suppose somebody's down, right? Suppose somebody's down,
but not out.
No, down.
Down, but not out. Yeah.
Right, but wanted to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
I just open them. I would open them up.
I think you do it. I think you do it.
Just open them up, and then they come back with their own life again.
There we go.
I think
that's
right.
what.
That's what.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's what I think. That's what I feel to do.
Uncle,
my point is,
we should offer Uncle the life coach services. I think.
Uncle.
You could be a life coach. Yeah,
what's a life coach?
You could be one, Uncle. A life coach is somebody that has
This is what I'm trying to explain here, sidekick.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain to Ed here that perfect reason. I'm trying to get to people, his mind, to know what I'm doing.
I think you did that.
And this is what I'm doing. And here, jumping on to conclusion, sidekick.
I'm trying to start up a business for you, Uncle.
Business?
I did.
Hey, but we're
There's
all
potential
your
money to be made
already,
there.
Uncle.
How's the money go?
I think if you started an official business, it might not work. But just doing what you do, I think, is the ticket. It's the trick. You got it down. Just doing your show is what it.
I do. I do a show.
Yeah.
I am surprised, and I don't say any bad words on my show that the kids ain't in.
You're surprised.
I'm surprised, other than his little ones.
I do my best. I tend to have a swearing mouth, but I think I've done pretty good on your show so far.
Yeah, you've done great. Yeah.
I don't think I've slipped up too much.
Yeah. It's hard not to. I understand that, because it's fun to let them fly sometimes in everyday life. You know,
I mean, when it's a common way that you talk, you got to kind of stay a little conscious.
I think it has something to do, like you said, something in the voice.
Oh, Uncle, on this last point, I just want to bring this up, because Player FM is like a podcast app that people can get podcasts on. We're on there, and we're under the kids and family.
What is this?
There's like a category for kids and family shows. We're in that because, I guess, of our language, and we're family friendly. What do you think of that?
Wow. What is that? Something new that I don't know about yet?
No, I just saw that the other day. I'm like, I should tell Uncle about this.
Yeah. Oh, well. I'm trying to get.
I gotta wonder if that's totally appropriate at all times for the show, but I guess that nobody's caught anything yet over there.
We're not using bad language, okay?
No language allowed on this show.
Sure, we talk about cannabis all the time.
What's cannabis?
Oh, no,
sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's just a green flowering plant that God said we should partake of, right?
Well, exactly. And we drink dollar store beers, big deal. Everybody's dad does that anyway.
I've got a rule, though, on the Pierce now.
Okay.
My rules is only drop glass test.
Okay.
What?
We can do that. Well, it's a health thing.
It's a health problem I'm having.
It's a health issue.
Oh, is that? Yeah, I get you, like the sugar or something with your diabetes or something.
Right. So
you don't want to mess that up. Nothing. There's no dollar store beer or better beer that's worth messing with your health, man.
You know what's hilarious though is we're now feeding to YouTube directly the shows, right, when they're up as podcasts from the network. Every one of the Age of Transitions and Uncle shows has been deemed not suitable for all audiences as far as advertisers go.
That's hilarious. That just shows you how screwed up that whole thing is.
Exactly.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't say that. It might have been his show. Sidekicks, but not my
it's
show.
YouTube. It's not you, Uncle. He's saying that
What
the
is that?
YouTube people.
It's just the YouTube people do this to me. It's so bad. But every single one of your shows so far that has been submitted, I've had to challenge it and try and
Challenge it, saying it's supposed to be even kids can listen, but not what he's saying. Is what I'm saying.
No, I did that, and it's just it's like they just attack immediately, and they say that it's just too funny. But just so you know, and a reminder there that don't forget that the entire broadcast, as I put it out, is available on YouTube as well. So
interesting. That'd be interesting to go and see what kind of comments come in. I don't look at that much, but it makes me want to go and check out the comments.
You know what my stars are now?
No, I have to feel as though I'm in the mood for abuse to go look at YouTube comments, man, because YouTube comments are...
Yeah, I get you, but I'd be curious to see what people are saying, if anybody's saying anything.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Chuck, while you're there, great story tonight, man, on your hour.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you take pre-orders for the book, I'll be sending you one.
Oh, cool. Okay. Hey, look, excellent. No, I'm more than happy, but it's so funny on the YouTube channel. It's like if you take a look at the comments, half of the time they don't make any sense, and if they do, it's people yelling things at each other, and it's just...
You're a moron. No, you're a moron. You're an idiot if you don't. But it's like that.
Yeah.
I know. It's stupid stuff mostly.
Guy writes to me and says, he talks about this, but he doesn't want to talk about how dog food is contaminated with 80 different nanobots, and it's like, what? I didn't even mention dog food.
It's all the Jews, too. The Jews are behind it all.
There's that, too. Yeah, I try and strike most of those.
That's what I see on there. No matter what I look at, those guys are there.
Yeah.
And flat Earth guys are there.
Yeah, no, even if you got here's my version of Gumby. I made him out of Play-Doh. Yeah, well, the Jews are responsible for Gumby. What are you doing? I know. So I'm just saying, I haven't even looked at the comments.
Hey, I had a Gumby when I was a kid, and I loved it, man. Get off of Gumby, man. You guys leave Gumby alone out there.
Exactly. Okay.
I like
it's a stupid little rubber toy with wires in it, man.
Art Clokey. Art Clokey was the artist behind Gumby.
Hey, you're old enough to have had a Gumby, Uncle. Did you have one of those when you were little?
No. I've had the ones that had the nose growing out. Pinocchio. I was a Pinocchio boy.
Wow.
And other than that was also my favorite toys when I was growing up was not anything about dolls, anything about other things. My favorite stuff, surprisingly, G.I. Joe.
Oh, man, I had those too. And they were the big ones, right? Not these little bitty ones they put out later. We had the big, they were like 11 inches tall or something, right?
I had those little G.I. Joes when I was small. I said, get away from my toys. I'm playing with my G.I. Joes. I mean, I was all over the place with the G.I. Joes.
Kung Fu Grip.
Yeah. And it was crazy.
I'm too young.
That was later, man. The stuff Uncle and I had were these like big guys, man.
That was later. Big ones we had.
Yeah, see, during my age, Aaron, they switched over to all that craziness where you had the Kung Fu grip and the many different action figures. No, these guys had G.I. Joes with like actual uniforms on and stuff.
Hey, exactly.
Yeah. I even had a German soldier. With the uniform and the whole deal, so my other guy could have somebody to fight with,
Exactly.
In the
chat room, Ed, they're actually asking how old Ed is in the chat room. I don't know why, but that's a question that was asked, I figured
that's cool. I'm about Uncle's age. I think a couple of years younger. I'm born 1960. Uncle, you must be like a year or two before that, aren't you?
I'm 2 years behind you.
There you go.
58.
Ahead of me. Yeah, I was born 60, so I'm 58. I'm guessing you just turned 60, huh?
Oh, I'm 61. I'm 61.
61 now. Oh, okay. Well, and I'll be catching up with you as much as I can before the end of the year, but we never quite catch up in those things.
When's a birthday?
We don't have to. We don't have to go that far.
Wait a minute. Never mind that.
It's near the end of the year. How about if I say that? It's in the last month of the year.
Yeah, month of the year. Okay, that gives me some hint. That gives me a hint. All right. Okay. Yeah. Just say that.
Cool.
I was
yours was just a while ago, like a few months ago, because you guys took the show off and went out to dinner and stuff. So you were back in spring sometime, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
That's really cool.
Summer, spring, somewhere in there.
Yeah, we had some good time off, and the kids were away and everything. It was a good time.
You should, go and have a good time.
I even took the days of my birthdays. What I've done, like you said, take a couple Fridays just to do that, and just let's wait a few. We'll catch up with it, And I said so. We did it on my birthday too. One.
Yeah, good deal, man.
I come back to do the others.
And by the way, Aaron, if you look at your messages, you'll see I've got the actual answer to exactly which episode started on the show, on the network. So go ahead.
Oh, good, because I don't have that. I know it was spring of last year, I think, or early winter even, maybe.
You're almost exactly right. But
here we go. Yeah, I see it. Uncle, do you want to know which episode it was?
What is?
It was episode number 91.
Gosh, that wasn't that far.
How about the date? Do we know when it came on?
April 19th, 2018.
That wasn't for.
Oh yeah, spring. That's what I thought. Spring at the earliest, late winter. But yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was.
Anyways, man, that's a big achievement. 150 shows. Mm-hmm. And good job, man. I'm going to get off here, and maybe somebody else will want to call in, but you guys keep rocking on and seeking on and revealing through conversation and all of that stuff.
Well, what we're doing tonight is just talking. So if somebody wanted to talk in, like he said, bust and knock Chuck Chili and coming over to me, over to my house.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for calling again,
Ed. Thank you, Ed.
Hey, we'll check. You guys just keep it up, and I love you guys. Take care.
Right, take care, man. All right, there goes the one and only Ed, the man who writes us letters, sends them to our post box there. You can send us stuff too. It's on it's at the contact page on unclethepodcast.com. The website, or I mean the mailing address is there. If you want to send anything, send it our way. We love getting even just postcards like Ed likes to send us. So we got a new one. I got to check the box, Uncle, and read this new message that Ed just sent.
You sent one?
Yeah. I haven't gone down and picked it up yet, so I have to do that and so we can read it.
Oh, you mean in the box?
Mm-hmm. Down
box.
At the box. Yeah.
I'm talking about in this thing. I'm confused with this apple I'm seeing in front of me.
Uncle, here in Riverside, it's all about citrus. Forget these apples.
Well, no, it's citrus. There's a citrus situation here.
It seriously is citrus.
The apples belong in Georgia.
There we go.
That's where they belong, in Georgia. But we could talk about something.
What's that?
Since there's no one on the air at this moment, about the storm that was approaching Florida.
Oh yeah.
I've heard it's a tax 4. I have a feeling it's going to be a 5.
It's on its way, right?
It's on its way.
Category 4 is what it's at
It's
now?
at right now.
Yeah, that could be hitting Chuck there in Georgia where he is, I believe.
That's right. Georgia. Georgia boy.
Yeah, Georgia.
I forgot about him.
That land of the apple trees.
George.
Yeah, usually known for peaches, but yeah, apple trees too. Why not? It's actually it's a couple days away from me, and it's supposed to hit Florida. I believe it's they're looking at it hitting Florida at a Category 4 storm. Now, what it does after that is questionable, because if it dips and goes into the Gulf, it could get even stronger, twist back onto land and rip right through my area. I don't know. It's still kind of up in the air. Last I checked, what did you guys see?
It's 130 miles an hour, and it's pushing that, and it's slow. They're saying it will be slowing down. I don't know if that was dangerous or better, because then if that turn stops, turns and slows down, there's a chance it could turn. That's what I think they were saying.
Whenever it hits land, it always slows down. It's just usually about how fast it was when it starts hitting land and how much further it can go and all that kind of business.
Well, right, and if it runs through warmer water, though, it actually picks up steam. Yeah, so that's the thing, is if it cuts across Florida and goes into the Gulf, what is the temperature of the Gulf right now? Could it pick up steam and hook back around? Latest trajectory I see, though, looks like it's going to glide along the coast of Florida and come straight up this way.
Like David did.
David
did this one kind of a roller coaster once.
Yeah.
I was there then in Florida.
You were there for
and
that.
It was a long one, but this sucker was going long. Roller coaster up and down the
Uncle,
corner thing.
We have a question from the chat room.
Hi, chat room.
What do you think about Trump nuking the hurricane with a nuke? Is that a good idea?
It's like putting a bomb in water.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Could it work?
It would stop the hurricane?
I've heard in theory it could somehow work, and some scientists have proposed this idea. I have no idea. I've only heard from other people. I haven't even bothered reading about this because it sounds so ridiculous. I'm not reading an article about this.
A water with electric that I know of, turns more dangerous than throwing, like you're saying,
just throw a nuclear bomb in the middle of a hurricane.
You're going to get fire. You're going to get fire with water.
Fire and water, yeah.
And it's going to explode.
Mental mix.
Yeah, that's what it would do.
It's kind of like the two twin pillars, Yakin and Boaz, in front of a Masonic temple.
Yeah. It'd be something like that.
That could be a problem.
What would it look like? That's a good question to ask ourselves. What would it look like if that actually did happen?
I would think it'd be pretty scary. A nuclear explosion inside of a hurricane. Is that? I haven't read anything about this. It just sounds so ridiculous. I didn't even bother looking. Of course,
he's in his mail. He's in his newscast. His sidekick over here.
I am.
Hey guys, I can see it.
I just like hearing about news stories from people that I know in daily life that come up to me, and they'll give me their. I'm always happy to listen to people's opinions, and just take in the lay of the land, so to speak, by what people whatever they happen to believe at any given time. It's always interesting. I'll give it that.
Yeah, but interesting. But I would still like that thing about talking to last week's episode lady to put me on her on a broadcast. I still want to listen to her.
Rachel Haywire?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Our guest?
Our guest from last week.
Yeah.
I still ask.
Interesting person. Apparently Ed has something to say about her. I can't wait to see what that is.
Oh, he does? On the newscast? On the news? On the letter?
I think Ed might be skeptical of her motives from what... If I at all accurately understood what he was saying when he called just now, but who knows? Oh. Yeah, the presidential candidate. That's right.
That's what we're talking
she's running for president, for goodness sake.
Man, it wouldn't mind to have a lady in here for once in a while. No, but that's a give and take, give and here. But to knowing if they can do the job properly is what
That's
the
what it's all
people are
about.
looking at.
That's what it's all about.
If they gotta know what they're doing, not just playing around,
We've had enough people playing around in that White House. It's time to get serious for once. Okay?
Where you go?
Class is over.
What is it? Jumping into water, buddy?
Well, yeah, I thought I'd have a little drink of water if that's okay.
This.
Really quickly, just to let you know, you have a pretty heavy concentration of listeners in Washington tonight for some reason. Washington State.
Yeah, they like us up there in the
Like us
Pacific
up there.
Northwest.
Let them give us a call.
Yeah, call up.
Call up,
Washington.
Washington people.
We know that we've heard from quite a few of you before, and of course, Ed is calling from that area.
What's around that area?
He's in Washington. He's in Washington, so he's probably one of those people.
He was one.
We've got
brand new caller on the line. 425 looks like area code.
Oh,
Who
cool.
are you? Where you from, and what's your name? Call in.
You're on the air.
You're on the air.
What's going on, guys? It's
Howdy.
Lloyd checking in again from Seattle.
Lloyd.
Oh, the Seattle boy.
Seattle boy.
Sir, we know this man.
Rattle Can Collective on
This ain't
Instagram.
somebody new, Chuck. This is somebody we knew.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir. That's me.
That's one of the
What's going on,
listeners in
guys?
Washington.
Nice.
Yeah,
I am. Yes. I'm one of them. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to call in again. Don't want to take too much of the time. I just kind of like the last caller said. I wanted to congratulate you guys, man. 150 shows that is more than accomplishment, especially when it comes to strictly audio based programming. With I know you guys do your live streams on YouTube once in a while, and you're active on Instagram and Twitter and all that. But 150 shows, man. Shout outs to you guys. That is very impressive.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that.
Yeah.
I do more on my show than I'm gonna bet on Mr. Sidekick here.
In the first hour, yes.
How many did you start off with? Talking about whom we started.
Are we comparing numbers here?
Yeah, I could say that.
Okay, I think I'm up to 224, something like that.
Uh-oh. Got some work to do.
Well, it's
Not
tough
just
now, Uncle, when by default I recorded an episode of my show and recorded an episode of you.
Yeah.
It's just like that age situation with you and Ed. It's always no one's going to catch up.
I took a guess at it.
Yeah,
So anyway,
what else?
I wanted to quick just bring up. I know this is kind of, as far as I understand, this is kind of like an open chat kind of show tonight, or
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
open
Wide
chat.
open.
Everybody can talk. Wide open. They
Okay.
can talk. Right off the
hit
bat.
us
Okay,
with your
so-
best shot. Fire away.
yeah.
There you
So
go.
I wanted to kind of bring up. I noticed that there were multiple shows where you guys were bringing up how you wanted to do a live stream at Pure Blades,
Correct.
and I noticed that it was maybe once or twice, maybe a little more than that. How you kind of wanted to have somewhat of a new theme for that specific show. And I know, when the podcast begins, you guys have your theme that comes on, and it's the same intro music every single time. And I reached out in a comment to see maybe if you guys wanted to do more of a kind of Blades, so to speak, theme, kind of like a old school Wu-Tang Clan kind of, old samurai karate video sword kind of sampled beat to go along with the sample of the intro to kind of make a special like intro music part for that specific show. Is that something that you guys would be on board with, or?
I would like that idea.
You like that?
We'll
Uncle?
put that on the list. Put that on your paper down there.
I'm
You got
writing
them
a
down
note as we
there.
speak.
Noting down here. Put those on your notes.
Duly noted.
Gotta tell him to put notes time. See why you have to have half his brain.
Song, Pure Blades.
Yeah. That's smart idea.
Lloyd.
I wouldn't even thought of that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I know.
Yeah.
Chuck was talking about the Wu-Tang Clan samples and stuff. Yeah, I love all
too,
those.
put
ideas.
that down.
The Shaolin or whatever, all that stuff.
Put that.
Yeah, that's what kind of gave me the idea with because Chuck was bringing up how he was talking about the Shaolin temples and the Wu-Tang samples and all that in hip hop, I'm sure, Aaron, as you know by now, I'm pretty rap and hip hop focused in a lot of my music, I thought it would be cool to kind of get some of those samples of Uncle, or just get the raw vocal of Uncle for the intro that you guys habitually use, and remix that and kind of do a special, just one time only intro music part for the Pure Blades live episode. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yes, if you want to make that, we will use it for sure. Yeah, I'll say that. Absolutely. That'd be
make
awesome.
it, well, to use it. But I would like to know how the music will start.
Well,
on it there with the full blade. What are you talking about?
I guess I kind of be surprised to see what Lloyd would do, to be honest. Uncle, I don't think I've played his beats for you. He has them posted on Instagram at his Rattle Can Collective on Instagram, and they're good. I've told you that.
Well, let's
Lloyd. I really do like them.
I like to listen, but I'm trying to tell you.
I'll play them for you.
I like to listen to some of these.
I'll do that. We'll do that.
I mean, we got
play them up. Play them up. I love it.
Yeah,
gonna go for it.
Any of these guests now that are on my show, I would like to listen either on here or on my phone. Connect them to them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was asking you to do.
Yeah, we're doing that. We're in the process of doing that right now.
Yeah, like you can listen to like Aaron was saying. I mean, all my stuff is available on Instagram and on just little Instagram video snippets, so to speak. But if you wanted a full catalog, you can find me on both SoundCloud and BeatStars. And I have my full tons and tons of stuff on SoundCloud, and I just actually I started a BeatStars account, so you guys can come and find me. Currently, I only have one uploaded there, but I will be uploading regularly to BeatStars. So,
is that an app on the phone?
So yes, it is. It is. Yep. So BeatStars is an application. Basically, what they do is they cater to music producers, but they also cater to musicians in general, singers, songwriters, etc. But their main focus and where they gained all their hype is for producers like me in the hip-hop genre that just make beats. We don't specifically add vocals or anything right out of the gate until an artist approaches us about using our beat. And you can stream beats on there. You can actually purchase and lease different pieces of music from the producer. It's kind of an all-around package that not only allows you to listen to the music, but it also allows you to purchase it if you would like to use it for your own personal use. So it's a dual package thing.
Nice. And you're on there as Rattle Can Collective? Is that how you find you?
No, actually, I use my artist name, so I'm on BeatStars as Lloyd Chris. So if you go to beatstars.com/Lloyd Chris, I'm on there, and then if you look for me on SoundCloud, it's soundcloud.com/Rattle Can Collective.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Because on BeatStars, it seems to be the preferred method for those guys if you actually use your name versus your entity, so to speak. If you were on SoundCloud, you would be soundcloud.com/Uncle the Podcast, whereas if you're on BeatStars, you'd be BeatStars.com/Aaron and Uncle or something like that. They like their names.
Yeah, got it. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. I love all this, and Uncle, we're collaborating with fellow artists.
Well, I would like to summon.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Like to have some of these on my phone, so I can listen to these people's comments. But what we've already talked to on mine, I can refresh mine.
We'll make a point to go to Pure Blades soon. We just haven't, but with all this talk of it, I mean, we'll make a point to go there soon. So we'll go there. We'll as soon as we can talk to the owner. We almost have a couple times, but we will. And again, I'm expecting it to go well when we finally do.
Yeah, well, I know, because I know that owner. He's probably dying to listen to one of my episodes, unless he already did.
Something good will happen. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet.
I walk in that store and they say, "Man, I sure like you." So that's what I am.
They know us.
They follow you guys on Instagram, don't they?
They do. They actually like our posts and things like this. Yeah, so they legitimately follow us, and
they're probably waiting. Okay. They're probably waiting. So when is this live show going to start?
Well, we have.
I mean, to them.
They're just ready. Ththey're all ready to go. They're like, when will they get over here?
Well, I'm waiting for Saturday to come and. What was it? It was Saturday, right? Day was that? No, Friday. We'd have to go Friday.
Well, it would be nice to do it on a Friday. Yeah, just like we usually do the show. We could do a special Friday.
Well,
we would. I don't know. I mean, we'll just see.
We'll just have to see. Comes either the weekend or Friday.
But Lloyd, hey, thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, thanks, Lloyd.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime, guys. Like I said, just Aaron will be in touch. I'll DM you if we can get some samples together and I can get that beat together. When you guys do the Pure Blade show, let me know. But again, happy 150 to you guys. Right on for 150 shows. Keep up the great content. Awesome, guys. Keep going.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great to know you. Yeah. So call back again sometime soon.
You guys have a good night.
Take care.
Let him free to talk.
There we go, Uncle. This is pretty cool.
On this night, I'm letting you the free to talk because you had to talk to nobody. And this is your free
I'm
night
allowed
to talk.
Okay, cool.
Tonight.
Well, you're telling him that with 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. Well, where's those callers, Chuck? Let's get them out here.
I'm bringing them on as fast as they call in, Uncle. I can only do so much. I mean, I'm here.
Where's our favorite girl? I'm surprised she didn't call. We know who we're talking about.
That was 2 weeks ago we spoke with
Sunshine, 2 weeks ago. I had the last talking with her.
That was a good show.
It was a good show. I still have her. I'm still listening to that one.
That's a festival of the arts is what it was.
Yeah, it was
everybody talking about art.
Listening to art.
It's a good thing. It's a true inspiration, that show. Yeah. Uncle, I'm planning on doing a new art project.
Yeah, well, after you talk to Sunshine, I expected that.
That
come
has
out
something
of your
to do
mouth.
With it. Yeah,
I knew it because a lady straightens you out.
It's about time.
That lady would. Even though I haven't seen it yet. Nice, but this would be nice.
Yes, there's
one of my stars. Hey, chat room. What do we got clicking?
We got a Skype caller should be joining you shortly. Just give it a second.
We'll wait. Well worth the wait. Uncle, we've had quite a few callers here on this show. We're going... hey, now.
There we go.
Hey, caller, we hear you.
We hear you. Who's this?
Greetings. This is Robin from Victoria calling above the border.
Ooh, I'm a border boy. And the United States. I knew one of them would show.
Above the ice wall.
Ice wall, yeah.
I know one I missed, though, is that guy in... Canada that was always having a problem.
Jeffrey
Matt. Chart Matt. No, we had a discussion with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember hearing about him.
Oh, Matt Man.
Yeah, Jeffrey Matt. The fried igloo conspiracy episode.
Yeah. Yeah, he was very interesting to me.
Yeah, that was an interesting show.
I had an interesting show with him.
I'll have to see if I can find that one.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations on 150, Uncle.
Are you?
It's a great milestone. You might have to get pins. You guys didn't get any pins made?
Oh, yes.
Pins could be good. We haven't done a pin, but that could be very good.
Very good idea. Now, put this in the piece of paper.
Okay.
Okay. Sign down
I'll put it next to the last note.
Put them on the notepad.
Need some T-shirts of some kind, too. I mean, that's how it's. Even though it's kind of a saturated market, it always seems to be a good way to raise funds for these different podcasts. Is just having a unique shirt where if someone else sees it that you're wearing it and they listen to the show, then it's like an instant friend.
Get some idea of there's my customer. Oh, there's my doctor. I see what you're saying.
You get that brand recognition, Uncle.
Right.
Yeah, that's that too. Yeah, international.
Yeah, and I personally want an Uncle T-shirt if I can get one too. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, if I'm feeling ambitious, I might do some photoshops that maybe could one day fit on a shirt, like the one of Uncle as Jim Morrison might be good.
Did you make one like that?
Yeah, he sent us a couple of photoshops. Yeah.
If you could make them, fine. What do you do?
That'd be kind of funny.
We could also, we could simply put the Uncle the Podcast logo on a white T-shirt. I think that'd look pretty cool.
Yeah, well, they have those like Zazzle, Frazzle, whatever websites that you could just upload a logo and then they print it and send out to the people right away. So something
may try that to that in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get
some cash in your pocket.
And since this is a 150 episode, I might as well put something towards it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have to have something towards it. So a T-shirt would be a good idea for that at this time.
Somebody might steal this, and I'm okay with it. But I've got a T-shirt idea that I've been working on as well. It's going to be it's going to look like an album cover, and it's going to say CIA's greatest hits, and on the back it'll have all these different people who were assassinated and kind of the dates.
That would be some of his broadcast people. I know some of them. He's one of them too.
Aaron's people.
People.
His people.
Yeah, I'm one of Aaron's. I'm one of Aaron's people.
Well, there was one personal guy I haven't heard for a while yet, long time, because he's been what state?
A person you haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
You're being pretty vague there, Uncle.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of his.
He's in a different state, you say?
Yeah.
I think he's talking about the themes and memes guy.
Oh, you're talking about Adam.
No,
he's in a different country.
Adam,
Uncle.
not Adam.
Not Adam.
The other guy.
Oh.
It's the other guy.
Tom, yeah.
Tom Brew. Tom
Secker?
Tom Sucker. That's
Tom
Secker. Yeah,
he's what you're taught. What you're working on the show.
Right. Absolutely,
he would eat that up.
Oh yeah, he
kind of show.
I would like that.
I'd send him one.
Yeah, send him one.
Yeah, he's been putting out a lot of. We should give him a shout out. Spyculture.com. Yeah. He's been putting out a lot of really good shows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I follow him on Patreon as well as yourself.
Good.
Patreon.com/ maybe Uncle's not on the Patreon, but I know Adrian's transitioned. But I'm not going to take up your last couple of minutes here, Uncle. You got to do some shout outs. I know that takes a while.
Okay.
So we'll let you go. Happy 150, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Robin.
Thanks, Robin.
Right, adios, guys.
Yep. Right at this point, you got about 4 minutes.
All right, time for shout-outs, people.
All right, it's that time.
Time for shout-outs.
Who we shout out?
Oh, and in the chat room, they did ask about the beef people. Have you heard from the beef people lately?
Not lately.
Okay.
Not lately, because we've been shouting out to them, well, of course, but they haven't been calling in lately. I
shout out to, Uncle.
Well, shout out to the people that have all listened from the beginning to all of those people that have been listening to this number 150.
This one's dedicated to you.
Dedicated to you. Yeah. I don't know who you are.
We know Ed is one.
Even the ones in Connecticut. I mean, what's it? The States?
Canada.
Mm-hmm. I am blessed with my Canada people.
You're doing great.
That will call and listen. Mm-hmm. Listen to them very good.
Oh, yeah.
That's my shout-outs to them.
That's Uncle's shout-outs.
All right, now.
I'm going to give a shout-out to our old neighbor, Marshall, who is getting mentioned in the chat room right now. He was on the show. We brought him over to the garage. We did a show with him. It was a good show. Yeah. And remember when Marshall came over?
Yes, I remember him.
And
I like to know if he's actually listening.
I don't know if he's listening, but I do know he's doing very well these days. He has a business. He runs down there in Orange County. It's called I Heart Dogs. Oh. Look it up online. It's this dog. They sell dog stuff, and they also they donate a lot of money to like shelter, like dog shelter and charities, dog charities and shelters and things. So he's doing. I know he's the business is booming. Actually, he was recently interviewed on, I think, MSNBC, one of those cable networks. That on his Instagram, there's a picture of him being interviewed. I haven't seen the video, but he has been on MSNBC. They've gotten a lot of good press. They're doing good.
The only way I can see these guys is if they're on my phones.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see them, to look at them, to see them. I don't know how to add those things up.
Maybe we'll have to get back in touch and have him call into the show.
Yeah, I want to get in touch with him. Yeah. You still got his number?
I can get a hold of him. Yeah,
all right, get on it. for the next show if he's interested. Talk happy and call in.
Quick shout out to all the street team members, by the way.
Yeah. Street team members. Shout out to you all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep on clapping.
Keep on being the street cream. And
street cream. You with the street cream.
All of that, all the black ink drawings, every last one of those packages is going to have Uncle the Podcast cards in it, as well as Aaron's cards and mine. So who knows, maybe we'll grow some new street team members through that. And there you go.
You are still throwing out some cards, right there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And anybody who wants to join the street team, just message any of us. We'll send you the materials so you can start canvassing in your area.
And if you're all getting low, just give us a ring or let us know, and he'll send them out to you.
We have more cards.
Because he's got a load of them in the garage.
We sure do. Thank you, Creative Accidents, for being a prime member of the street team, and everybody else out there doing the good work, spreading the word of the show. That we have been getting more listeners lately.
Well, I've noticed another thing I meant to say.
Okay.
I had a 5-star. I have a 5-star on my
rating
show.
On iTunes,
ratings on shows. Now I'm talking just a few minutes on rating on shows.
Okay.
I have a 5-star on my shows. I'm wondering if this coming year, is it going to get higher? To the new people that listen first. But I let them start from the beginning to listen. And then they catch up with what we're talking about here.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, well, it's a good question.
That's what I've asked.
But listeners out there, keep listening.
Keep listening.
We enjoy having you. Call in sometime. Any night on a Friday, you can call us up and join the show. That's what this is all about. And, I guess we're on...
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, it's too late for that now, Uncle.
Put that in the thing. See, we're talking... I told you this was a special night.
Oh, you did?
So we wouldn't be drinking.
Yeah, we don't need to drink.
I don't need that.
We don't need that stuff. But we're on Instagram and Twitter as @Uncle Podcast, @Uncle Podcast, Instagram and Twitter. We're UncleThePodcast.com, of course. Subscribe, share, write up an iTunes review.
Write up a nice attitude that what you liked about it, and
what you
just give us those.
Thank you, everybody, and that's all for tonight.
Bye-bye.